Okay, namaste, great souls, and wonderful to be here 2 days before Christmas. And what qualities are coming into, my awareness, of course, is light and love, and the right use of our wisdom and consciousness through all of this. One of my colleague friends was like, another yogi is saying when she sees a Christmas tree, she sees it as the astral spine with the star on top with the reflecting in the star of wisdom in our own individual selves. So taking all what could be kind of overwhelming with the stuff of Christmas and then bringing it into an internal understanding that's expansive. So I've been practicing that. That's been fun. I'm not there all the time, but why not? Why not? Versus getting overwhelmed, and that happens too. But let's take the best antidote for our nervous system is yoga. Balancing and also being with the challenges in our body and our physicality, our emotions, etc. But I'm going to weave through how we can breathe into it and then how we can also affirm health as well. So let's get started. I'm going to back it up a little bit. Now we'll do our pranayama breath work. The whole class, but especially in the classic tradition starting out. Here, affirmation. So sitting comfortably. Okay. Let's have the right foot in front of the left, if that works for you. And before we do our pranayama, let's release the neck. Let's, as much as possible, bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Again, not like this. Stretch through that left arm. Use your right hand. Opening up. Let the belly expand on the inhale. Allow space and condense on the exhale. We're checking in before class to actually breathe into areas of pain. So say your stomach is tensing like a knot, fist. You want to open it up with the breath. Allow everything to be here and then exhale through the mouth if there's more intensity. So 3 to 5 breaths will allow the benefits of the neck opening, the belly opening, the heart opening, and then lengthen and grow. So we'll look over the right shoulder, see where our gaze stops, and then go back to center. And then, of course, the left ear to the left shoulder, radiant energy to the right arm, the left hand comes on the side of the head, opening the neck, looking up or down, find your greatest amount of opening here. And then also the breath work. Expanding into the belly, allowing space, creating space there as you exhale. If it's intense, exhale through the mouth. Otherwise, nostrils. 3 to 5 rounds. There's pain in your body. You want to practice moving into it, recognizing it, allowing it, being passionate with it, opening to it. Perhaps asking what it needs, what it wants, and listening. A lot, but it's really important to dialogue, have tea with areas that are hurting. And lengthen up and release. Okay, look over your left shoulder. And then let's bring the other foot in front. Hear that oceanic sound. And let's go as you next exhale. We're going to inhale to the count of 6. I'm going to place the palms down and draw the shoulders up simultaneously by the ears. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the breath, tuck the chin to the hollow at the throat. I'm jutting the upper body forward. 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can do a 5 or 6 count. See what works for you. Inhale. Draw the shoulders up. Tuck the chin to the hollow of the throat. Draw the navel to the spine to 5 or 6. You're counting yourself. And then exhale, lifting the holding, looking at the spiritual eye inwardly. And then exhaling. 3, 2, 1. So I'll try to count and do this simultaneously. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go to 6. Tuck the chin to the hollow at the throat. Hold the breath the same amount. Balanced breath and hold. Focus at the spiritual eye. When you count it to 6 or 5, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now just place a hand on the belly, the other hand on the heart. And just allowing the breath to nourish these areas, especially if they're maybe contracted. So you're creating space here and allowing. These are very key principles for healing. Creating space and allowing for being with it. By creating space and allowing, we're actually not resisting and pushing away or wish. Of course, we wish it were better. I mean, that's natural. But we're just trying to, if there's tension there or knotedness, we're just trying to be with it and ask what it means. Reflecting and listening. And allowing that, imagine the crown opening, allowing that light, the eternal light, to pour down through all the cells of the body, through your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. You can visualize, if that's helpful, visualize light coming through, feeling light in every cell of your body, but particularly if there's an area. All right, we'll keep flowing with affirming the eternal light, the healing light. You may call it healing light, radiating through, pouring down through all the cells in your body. We're going to draw the energies in. You may find that the feeling of love will activate healing for you. So you decide what quality works. And if you want a blanket, you can use a blanket. I think I'm going to bring my to the side for now. Okay. And then we're going to take our time. Shimmy, shaking down, low back, mid back, upper back, press through the feet. And then reach. Let's really stretch here. Let's just stretch through both arms, both legs. Expand. I'm reaching to the right side first. I could do both, and then the left. Opening, softening, and allowing. And we're going to just take a moment and assume the Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet together, the knees apart, the hands can be on the belly, the arms can be up overhead. In that goddess pose, cross at the wrists, or just open like cactus arms. And as you full yogic breathing, you're opening up. You're noticing maybe chronic holding patterns in your body. And you're going to bring your attention to those. You're going to breathe into it. So say it's the hips, you're breathing into the hips, and you're allowing space to be here. Then you may want to nourish the hips by bringing in light. Or let's try the quality of love, bringing in the quality of compassion or love. You can almost feel, I could feel the warmth of my hands around the hips. May love, healing energy, and love permeate all the cells of my body, but especially this area, so that I may open to greater healing and presence and peace. And then slowly start to draw the inner thighs in. You want to allow that shaking to happen, the tension release. Different trauma, we don't have to think about the glitches. And part of our history with this. Again, this practice of releasing, of allowing. First, we got to allow and create the space, and then the release, or the nurturing, and then the release happen. But we can't do it by bypassing and crunching into the pain, although it can be overwhelming, no doubt. Okay. Press down through the feet. Really keep rooted through your low back. Okay, core work here to start. We were just doing that simple pointing and flexing with the feet last week. We're going to continue with that for the right and left brains and for the ankle joints. So what we're going to do here is, as your right leg extends and points, your right arm comes out to the outside of that left knee. So same arm, same leg extends, points. I'm pointing into the poinsettia. Come back. Inhale. And then point to the left toes. Extend the left arm. You could think pointing the fingers, pointing the toes. I see I can point my toes more. And keep this other one flexed. That's the key here for a little while. Inhale, come back. You're going to go slow enough to really feel it. And to point, right foot, right toes, right arm, gentle twist there for strength, flex back to the left toes, inhale back, you need to rest for a moment, no problem, exhale, point the left toes, left arm, keep the low back plugged in, gentle across diagonal but strong. And back. Let's do one more. Point. The right toes flex through the left. Really hear the sound of the breath. Point even a little bit more. And then back. The slower you go, the more you can feel it perhaps. And then the left toes point, the left arm, plug it in, feel the left toes. The right toes back. Very beautiful. Draw the knees in. Ha. Open the hips. Thank you, hips. Investigating these areas. If that area could talk to you, what would it say? What does it need? What does it want? And it could feel a little funny because maybe we're imagining it, but that's okay what it would say. That's valid. This is Gestalt, by the way. Gestalt is asking these parts what they want, what they need. All right, from here, let's go ahead and go into a half baby. So we're bending the right knee, we're pulsing, and we're bending and extending. 3 times. What does this area want? So it's the hips, it's the belly. Well, I'm going to just working with so many people. It wants to be free of this pain. Okay, valid. Wants to unfurl. It wants to get healthy. Okay, thank you. Okay, what does it mean? What does it mean? That's a little deeper. And that's your deeper inquiry as we now extend that left leg. Got to ask you to put the strap on this one. You have a strap by you. Going to open to the side and take this into standing in the mountain. This is area need. Reach through both heels, open up that hip flexor, remember not to jam it higher. It's love, it needs nourishment, it needs healing, it needs light, it needs, and we're gonna open up, we're gonna circle that left arm around and affirm. Divine life is within me and all around me. Divine life is within me and all around me. And this light is moving into these, all the cells of my body, but particularly in the area of healing for wholeness. Engage the core, lifting up. Hover that left heel off the ground. Knees on down. And we're going to do the same things on the other side, but first bending the right knee and taking the strap out. Got it. Rocking the right leg to the side from the hip and turning the head to the left simultaneously. We're starting right off with these deep tension releases, trauma releases with myself. Unstuck as possible. Bending both knees, plugging the end. Let's do one bridge pose before we go to the other side. Usually do this, can't do this at the end, now we're starting out. Because we're on the ground, with all this going on at the time. Lift the hips up. Shift the weight onto the shoulders. Rock those shoulders underneath. I'm opening the toes, but keeping the heel and the ball of the foot plugged in. I'm interlocking. You can choose to do that. So allowing eternal light to pour down through every thought, every feeling, that feeling in the body. Eternal light. I may be still throbbing, but it's being washed with light. Every thought. Wash with light, sensation, feeling, and breathe. So I'm going to heel to heel. All right, put the tailbone flex down. Let's do a arc into the sacrum, and then exhale, flatten. Inhale, belly expands, allow space, light, love, and healing energy to permeate this area. This is everybody, but it's particularly if it's an area that grips, which it does, and anxiety. All right, now we're going to bend that left knee, half baby, and stretch, and bend. Just really slowly warming up. Really sensing and feeling our body and our emotions. And the spiritual awareness that's aware of it all as we extend our right leg and having the strap here. So first just breathe in here and really massaging the left side, the descending colon, not releasing stuff out, taking our strap, we're going to angle, and we're going to open the gate. It's called opening the hips. Allow that space in the hip flexor. Reach through both legs simultaneously, okay? Open heart, open hips, loading the right arm up and around. Affirming the deepest truth, the spiritual truth that divine light is within me and all around me. Divine life is within me and all around me. Recognize, allow, investigate areas of holding, and nurture. Nurture, and as we investigate the dialogue, it's part of it, and then we nurture. What does it mean? Oh, lifting up. Add that crunch. And then take the strap off and use the left leg down. Rock it to the side from the hip. Windshield wiper. Turn the head to the right and back to center. 6 to 8 to 10 times. Just know lots of built up stuff is being released. And then coming back to center, one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, full yoga breathing. Remember, central channel is where we're free. Thank you, yogis, non-dual. Like that, right? You said the power of wisdom, or consciousness, whatever you call that, consciousness is very expansive. It's not just in the mind, it's all throughout our body, all around us. That eternal power of consciousness to allow our wisdom self to be fully present, or even partially present, I'll take it, and move to more and more gratefulness. All right. Now let's bend the knees again and do another bridge. So we can incorporate our bridges. We're starting out. Typically put it at the end. Large toes are slightly in. Plug in the spine to start out. Inhale, lift the hips. Rock those shoulders underneath. If you want more shoulder release, you can interlock and press the palms to right in front of you, toward the ceiling or the sky. Bend your elbows and make like a medium, large size plate circles. Keep those legs active, they have to be. As you allow the eternal energy to radiate through your thoughts, through your feelings, through sensation in the body, healing energy, release. The arms up overhead and the eyes toward one another. And then exhale. Melting down the spine, one vertebra at a time. Back to our Supta Baddha Konasana. So slow, mindful movements to start out. Hands can be on the belly, one on the heart belly. You decide above you. What happens when we feel the fullness and we allow the breath and we investigate. Try to be present with these parts that are particularly wanting more healing and compassion, but the energy is tensing and holding. So we're unclenching that fist of holding and opening as best as possible. Because that's the thing in pain too, right? It's natural to clench, to protect, but we want to actually do the opposite and soften and allow. And we can't. We can, I hope now. Slowly again, draw the inner thighs toward one another. And let that shaking happen. We're not staying here long, but just to remember to let go. And and we have a history in our bodies of all kinds of things, and we're coming to the mat today to really heal and allow and be with. Okay, we're bending the knees, rocking and rolling back and forth, or rolling to your side, gaining enough momentum to come up. If you're on your side, you want to come into a boat Navasana pose. Extending one leg, knee to knee. Now there's a plank. And then point. Now this one, I'm going to challenge myself at least in the arms, okay? And then flex. Feel the toes back and flex. Okay, either holding on, point, and point. But not to, if you're doing this, come forward more. You could tap your foot on the ground and then flex. Lots of button flex. It's a lot For me, I should say. A lot of awareness. But it's good, good. Inhale, lengthen up. And now we're in our butterfly. Let's bring your feet a little bit farther than we normally would and come forward in our Baddha Konasana. So now obviously on our back. We're rounding, bowing to the wisdom of the heart. Eternal power pour down, wisdom and flame. Allow that flame of the consciousness to radiate the higher awareness, that already whole awareness to radiate through every cell of your body, every fiber of your being. All right, lengthen and look forward. We're gonna lift the heart, lift the spine, draw the knees in, coming into our squat for a moment. Although squatting is really great for the hips, if you can, the knees, the ankles, rocking side to side if possible. Set in a little twist here, little twist there. And moving into our full body stretch, downward facing dog. So we lift off the heels. And magnetize the heart for the thighs. Press into the base of the fingers, all the way through the fingers and the thumb. So we typically focus on the quality of calmness, but we're working on light and love. And we may say out loud, may eternal love pour down through my heart. And I feel this loving, healing energy permeate every cell of my body. And help me to feel that deep presence that's whole and free, abiding in the deep presence that's whole and free, awareness whenever you call that. And then we come into our Sphinx, or rather come into our plank first. I was thinking ahead of myself. Strong through the heels, strong, don't let the head collapse. And then we bring one forearm down, then the other. Yes. And then the tops of the knees. And here's our Sphinx, okay? Unfurl the toes, strong legs, lift the heart, lift through the crown. Shimmy shake a little bit if that feels right to you. And we'll do 3 cobra arms in our locust pose before we go to full cobra. I'll explain a lot more talking than doing. So first just melt down and rest at the spiritual eye. Returning to the central channel again and again. And then we open up in our what's called cobra arms, and we're going to do a cobra lift. Pulse it up. Inhale, legs lift 2, and then knees down. Recharging the spine. Inhale, pulse up. Recharge. And then exhale. Release. And again, inhale, pulse up. And then ease. So it's always this effort and ease with yoga. So let us melt into the ease now. Really feel the front body melting into the support of the earth. Full yogic breathing. Feel the love pouring down through into your heart. Offering you to feel presence or awareness. If you do have a deity figure, Buddha, Jesus, you would say the affirmation would be, may eternal love pour down through my heart, and let that love help me feel thy presence. If that's not part of your practice, you would say the presence, the awareness. Inhale, rise up now with the hands underneath the shoulders, coming up in full cobra. Sticking out the tongue, opening to the throat. Okay, one more time. Yeah, help to think about healthy boundaries with family and friends or whatever's going on at this time of year. 50-year, hopefully we talk about that maybe next year. We'll dive into that one more, but just reflect on where it is for you. You definitely know when they're being pushed. And let's say or do. Okay, back to down dog. Check it out. Body stretching. It's been full of variation. We'll come down in a moment. But if you want to ripple through a blanket, a eternal light, or down through all of my every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Eternal light, pour through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Was my thoughts, my emotions, and start to step one foot, then the other, one hand, other inner fold forward. You rest at the elbows. If your wrists are down, I recommend bringing the hands underneath the soles of the feet. Relaxing any unnecessary mental burden. When your mind to give for space. How about that? Okay, releasing the hands. And we're going to bend the knees. And we're going to come into our chair. Tossing out. Sweeping up. Yielding into the earth. And then rising up. Picking up. Off of the heels and for a little bit. So we start with the arms up over, and then as we descend, the arms just touch down. We create that space within us, and literally energy, gold energy of your visual person. You let me notice what color comes to you, light around you. So keep returning back to qualities of feeling light, love, and then pure consciousness, wholeness, and awareness. Bringing the hands into namaste and yielding into the earth. So yielding could be misinterpreted. We're yielding, we're giving, but we're also aware, kind of like on the freeway when we're driving. We're yielding to a lot of people, but we're aware. We're not just asking. Okay, so it's yielding and awareness. And awareness. We open our hearts, we open bringing in this light, this love to others, perhaps. The dawning of higher consciousness of the spiritual eye to all beings. You could bring in particular people that you know are in need of greater healing. And we lengthen and grow. We add our back bend without jamming into the back. We reach up, we get stronger on our vinyasa. We're still strong, but we're going to get a little more into warrior series. So classic strength poses, elongate the spine. And this one I'm going to need my blanket for the knee. I'm going to step back. So I'm just setting my blanket into three-legged dog. If possible, this may not be in everybody's practice. If possible, lift that right leg for three-legged dog and see if you can bring the right knee to the right elbow and then the left in that direction and swirl around again. Okay, so it's like a half circle. All right, let's try it again, maybe. Right knee, elbow, left elbow in that direction. Extend, just two. And then we giant step forward, Take your time here, set it up, have blocks. Pulse, belly, hard head, lifting up. And from here, we're gonna come on top of that left knee and shimmy shake. Shimmy shake, opening up. Open your hips. All right, we'll continue with the hip opener. Turn the back toes under, come up. It's hard to do Jani Shushasana, so this is Jani Shushasana. Okay. This is tricky. Always an option. Okay. Now from here, we're upright, perhaps. And what we're going to do is we're going to sweep our arms up with that bent, both knees bent. We're going to exhale, elbows in line with the shoulders. But then as we reach up, we're going to add a twist. So we're twisting in our bent knee, lunge, facing, angling for that right knee. Pulse back up. Take your time here, it's a lot. And then twist again. So let's just see if that arm can reach back. And then we want to go higher or we want to keep it right here. Very good. Keep breathing and twisting. And then we're attuning our will to the source of all power as we reach up. And then come down again. Before we do our deep bent knee triangle twist, we're going to step our foot forward. Come on top of that back knee again. Roll a little bit deeper by rolling onto the little toe side of the foot, bringing the right hand in and getting into those hips even more. So invoking that eternal light to move through these areas of our body or down, you're asking for healing. May the eternal light pour down through all the cells of my body and especially my hips or my belly or my shoulders or whatever's going on there, breathing into it. I feel the love of the heart, and I feel thy presence or the presence. And now we're going to take it, walk the foot in. And comes by the little toe side of the foot, turn the back toes under. And then we're going to go even deeper into, you can use a block here. In fact, I'm going to demo that because give you permission to use a block. Left abdomen toward the right, twist. And then stack those shoulders, ease those hips down. So amongst all the twists and turns in life, find our center. Keep breathing. The breath is, we wouldn't be here if we didn't keep breathing, but we're conscious of it. And now we're conscious of the light and the love and that consciousness that permeates ourselves and everyone and everything. Something much bigger than ourselves as we come back down. Woo! Touch down. Let's step it back. I'm going to bring my right hand in. I'm going to step back to plank. Plank. And then tap the right foot to the outside of the mat. And that. And then the left foot, if possible. And back. Chaturanga. It could be knee, chest, chin chaturanga. All the way down. Unfurl the toes. We're going to rise up into our cobra. Inhale, coming up. A lion's breath. Stick out the tongue. Eye gaze up. Just notice when different boundary issues come up. Check in. See if you want to say anything. Just noticing there's action to be taken. And then we track back. Let's take a moment here and get our wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, rounded back. You can ease back for the heels. Feel the space between each vertebra. Scoop it out on the inhale. And then exhale. If you want, you can add those hip circles. You can circle a couple times in each direction or just keep going forward and back. Getting that flow going. Movement. Notice how this feels to these areas that may be tight or gripped. Notice how they feel. Could be exacerbating the intensity, but then it might feel good later. Sometimes it's tricky to know how far to go with all of this. Let's pull it back, inner borders of the feet together, lengthen up, root down. Dynamic flow. Lift that left leg up, if possible. Try to bring that left shoulder, armpit toward the floor because it flares out to the side. Then the left knee perhaps to left elbow, then the right, and then around again. So we got one more. Left knee, elbow, right, and then around. Ooh, okay, giant step, that knee to the chest and between the hands. Okay, with ease of side to side. We're going to go into our lunge twist here. We know twists are very detoxifying. Always great to add twists to our practices, do twists every day. Okay, we come upright. We could do Janu Shirshasana, tailbone down. Be careful on that one. We're not overarching the back. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And then exhale, we're adding a twist. So we're opening the arms facing this left knee. Couple pulses. Eye gaze is going to be important here. I'm gazing at the poinsettia. Inhale, pulse up again. Yep. Now exhale as we twist again. You could stay here. This is meant to be challenging. Or the left arm could come back. The right arm, then the gaze will change, of course, for the sky. We're doing this variation. All right, coming forward. Giving yourself an ease, walking that foot to the side. Before we do our evolved triangle, that knee triangle, we're squeezing those hip flexors open. Into the hips for what you can do. All parts of the body, just may that eternal light pour down to every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. May the eternal love pour through my heart, that I feel that healing presence, or thy presence, however you are oriented. Okay, we come up and off of that back knee. I'm going to step the foot in a bit. I'm going to bring the block over by the instep and get enough space here to allow the right corner of the abdomen over toward the left. We're breathing and amidst our twists and turns, challenges of life. Right in our center. And releasing, knowing some point it will release. Okay, and let's go ahead and finish off the flow by giving ourselves some oomph here and stepping the back foot toward the front. I'm going to shake the hips gently side to side, massage the back of the neck, scalp, ego. Let that soften. Side, the knees, the mind. Just let that have some ease. And the energy naturally pours into the spiritual eye and the forward bends. Relaxing
this overactive mind, overthinking mind, with the rest of your being. No gift when we release that. Bend the knees, your pose, Uttasana, sweep it up, pulse it. Bring in a light, love, open to the pure consciousness, pure being, awareness, deity figures, whatever speaks to you as you lengthen and grow. And feel the space all around you. Ooh, swirl it. All right, so as promised, just take a moment and yield with awareness. We're going to, I haven't done this in a while, I haven't cued this in a while, standing, open the gate, what we did on the floor. So definitely, have a wall by your side, and have a drink here. Hydrate. And we always want to challenge yourself, but also be safe. So move this out. For me, it's harder to do with the strap, but I, work with what works for you. So the first one I'm going to do demo with the strap to help demo it. Then the second one I'll probably release the strap. But first, what we want to do is look at a point as your speed point in front of us, and we'll open it up front center. I'm lifting up my right foot, my right knee. This may be your balance pose. Okay. Placing the strap around the ball of the foot, extending that leg. This could be it right here. Of course, we're still balancing. And we open the hip and release that shoulder. Keep breathing. If you think you're going to fall, hold on to something. Release the strap. Open to light and love. And the power of returning to that medium conscious awareness as we come forward. Then the knee, I'm going to touch the wall. I'm going to release the strap and add a twist, maybe not, or just release the foot. Flat, shake it out. So first we're on one leg, balance challenge as we open up the other leg, opening the hip. So you can use a strap, or you do any variation. So I'll break it down. Now I'm looking in front of me. I'm lifting that left foot up. And if you're with the strap, you can extend. What I'm going to do is grab the large toe. Extend. Open the gate. Open the hip. Keep breathing. You're going to be wobbling, probably. That's fine. Keep the concentration. Keep the focus. Keep the gaze strong. Drishti, the gaze point strong. Be focused on your goal as you come back to center. Bend the knee. Maybe add a twist, maybe not. Maybe just out of it. Okay. We do it. That's a good reason I don't bring that in too much, but let's put I'm going to put my strap to the side. Do one more standing pose. Let's do a lovely Trikonasana triangle pose. Turning the left toes out to the side, right foot in 30 degrees, and just feel that love and expansion of the heart. Opening up. Stand beyond all the material stuff going on now into what's deeper underneath it all. Giving to each other, caring for each other, reaching over, letting the hands slide down. Use a block if you like. Stack the shoulders. Add the mudra, thumb, index finger together. We've been invoking energy and light. Now we're adding the joy. Energy and joy.
Fill my body cells. Stay with the arm extended. You don't have to do rotations. If you like, either way, you're affirming energy and joy. Fill my body cells. And playing in my consciousness with my life. Beautiful. We're going to look at the core, bend the knee just enough to come up. Just taste our warrior two. Tracking the knee over the second toe. Reaching up. A little bit like we did in our bent knee. And then we come forward. And your hip flexors, belly, shoulders, back, turning our right toes out to the side. Notice how each of these poses affect these areas of your body, if they're smiling or straining or somewhere in between it all. They're expanding the love of the heart and reaching over. Taking your time, not collapsing onto this leg. Opening, adding mudra, stacking the shoulders, head to tail connected. And we're opening to energy and joy. Fill my body cells. Fill my body cells with healing. Fill my body cells with energy and joy. We're staying here or flowing into the Utthita. Extension. And then when that arm comes around, let's reach it up again. Looking over our right shoulder to the right toes, bending that right knee, dragging the knee over the second toe, sweeping out. Oh. Opening, softening, allowing. We're strong, but we're opening to the breath in the belly, the sensations in the body, opening to the healing energy within us. So we can invoke that within us and all around us as we interlock and finish off our standing flow as we come forward into our wide leg forward fold. Knuckles lift up to the sky, crown of the head toward the earth. Relaxing unnecessary burden, coming back. Your being already whole, already free, already aware. Have the hands slide down the sides of the legs, wrists underneath you. You'll toe your feet in. Walk, walk, walk it. Bend the knees and just come up for a moment into our mountain again. So we yield. Agree to be. Breathe into those areas. This has been the theme today that came out to feel first what's going on. And these holding areas could be chronic pain areas. It could be very activated, of course, by the movement. But know that there's healing energy, golden, a light, healing energy permeating all the cells of the body and into these areas especially. And bringing in that there's a care for others as we visualize that with the spiritual eye and they open to healing and higher consciousness within themselves. And then we're going to head to the mat on the back, but gradually transition. So we're almost like we're going to do a sun salute, but we're not. We're just tapping into this crown, opening into this time of year, sun and moon, the stars, the solstice. As we swan dive forward, we're just beginning to get a little more light. We'll take it. Scooping out. Then the knees. And we're gonna come, well, not right away to our back, we're gonna ease it down. Core strength. Hands in front of you, tuck the tailbone under, shimmy shake down. Sweep the arms up. And now we did a half pigeon or half baby rather to start out. We're now gonna do full baby pose. Bending both knees and reaching on either inner arches or calves and moving from the right corner of the abdomen over to the left. And the head's easing from side to side. Returning onto our back, which automatically just, sense of perhaps more knowing Shavasana is coming, deep restoration is coming. We're going to take our feet wide on the outside corners of the mat, arms out to the side, and just do that windshield wiper twist. So we did the deeper twist earlier. This is still a twist for sure. And the heart is open. Let's affirm again that left arm coming up and around if you choose. Divine life is within me and all around me. Eternal light, eternal love is flowing into my heart. Feeling that presence or the presence or awareness that's flowing free. Wow. Really invoke that, really draw that in, really digest that. Really just give yourself the space and time to feel the airs in the body and then to affirm the healing. Both are necessary. The inquiry part and the nurturing, we're adding in the affirming. Inhale, engage the core. And let the knees drop. And we're, by adding this movement of the arm coming up and around, let's see, affirming divine life is within me and all around me. And as we allow ourselves to accept what's here. Okay, we've talked acceptance a lot. Doesn't mean we don't want it to change, okay, but we're accepting what is first. And then on top of that, or within it, or around it, however you say that, with that acceptance, we're invoking within it the healing energy, the prayer of care, the desire for healing, light, healing, love, consciousness, for through and into you, into your body, into your mind. Spiritual awareness, that's all engaging the core if it's time to come back up, adjusting, resetting onto the spine. You may want to fold those knees in again and have those half circles. And just like we did earlier, before we go into Shavasana, we could just take a moment in our Supta Baddha Konasana. So the hands want to be lower their shoulders. No hands want to be above the head. Yeah, whatever works for your body. Give yourself a gift of conscious breathing. Or yogic breathing, especially into those areas. And visualize light, love, healing energy pouring into those areas with every breath, every cell of your body smiling. And tuning into what would feel just right today for Shavasana. Do you want
a bolster underneath your knees. You want to make it more of a restorative. Oh, that's a bolster. A restorative, would be the bolster underneath the knees, but it made so many restorative poses. So maybe this L shape. Let me demonstrate one that's just coming to me right now. If I was going to go into Shavasana, this is it's calling me with the bolster here, and one of the main thing is to be cozy and supportive and nesting. So I take my blanket, eye bags, etc. by you. So this would be one option of going into restoration like this. Or the legs could be straight. Okay, so anyway, you want to go with your practice as we transition into really deep rest, interiorization. Settling, softening, opening, the healing parts here. Maybe recording this. All right, so as you continue to make it maybe one or two more adjustments to make sure you're even more settled in, more comfortable, more cozy, warm. We're going to start with the crown and soften through the forehead and the crown, the follicles of the hair and the scalp. Deeply relaxing the eyes, the right eyelid, the right eyebrow, and then the left eyelid, the left eyebrow, the eyes themselves resting in their silence. Relaxing the right jaw and the left jaw. And feel on the next inhale that cool air coming in through both nostrils, left and right. And perhaps coolness of the spiritual eye. And warm air as you exhale. And may that eternal light, I've been affirming that in our class all throughout the class today. We're even taking it very deep, deep, deep. May that eternal light pour down through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being, healing my body, healing my cells. Hearing the oceanic sound in the throat as you continue to be aware of sensation around the lips, upper and lower, the tongue, the root of the tongue, the teeth, the gums. Dropping deep into the heart, deep into the natural love of the heart, and invoking the eternal love. May it pour down through my heart, cultivating the natural love of the heart from a greater source, and help us feel thy presence or thy presence.
That presence is already whole and already free, just allowing the heart to feel the eternal love. Softening that right shoulder, sensation radiating down the right arm, elbow, and sensation in the palm of the right hand, right thumb and fingers. And easing over into the left shoulder, feel that radiant healing energy pouring through the left arm, left elbow, wrist. Pulsation, sensation in the left palm and fingers and thumb. Feel the ribs smiling, the lungs expanding and condensing and coming into the center of your body, the belly. Solar plexus, may eternal power pour down into wisdom and inflame me with higher consciousness. Individual consciousness uniting with higher consciousness. Inviting light, love, wisdom fully into the bodies and minds. Letting the back body get heavy. And the hips softening. Feel this dialoguing with this area today. Belly. Let's tune in again. What does it mean? What does it want? Third inquiry is there an action? Is there an action that would be helpful for this part of my body? We're asking and we're listening. Don't come now, you may come later, but keep inquiring. If you get an action step, see how you can implement that. Relaxing the legs, the thighs, the knees, the calves, left and right, ankles, soles of the feet, heels, ball of the feet, tops of the feet. Eternal light, go down through every cell of my body. Eternal love, go down into my heart's love. Feel thy presence, that presence. May eternal power pour down my wisdom and inflame me with higher consciousness or thy consciousness. It's affirmative prayer, the variation of Yogananda's prayer this is coming from. Resting in the joy kosha as well. Resting in pure being, already whole, already free, already aware. Returning. And just notice if you'd like to stay in this Shavasana, or if it's time for you to transition into movement, do so gradually. You'll be resting on your side, taking your time, knowing you're giving yourself a deep gift of nourishment of the body, of the mind, and we return to the spiritual awareness. It's invoking it all, and we're opening to it more and more. And if you're at a place and either sitting or lying down, to send this healing energy to others through the Om sound. We'll do that 3 times. I like to rub the hands together for instant peace, but it's the intention that's the most important. Opening the heart, letting the sound come through, the 3-syllable sound. Inhale. And bringing the hand in Namaste, acknowledging that divine awareness within you and recognizing that in everyone and everything. We bow to the wisdom of our heart. And so wishing everybody just safe and wonderful holiday. Let me stop the recording.